Wow, time passes so quickly. It was only 90 days ago that after the US congressional and business delegation to visit India at the end of March this year, that included visit with Chief Minister Modi, who is going to be the next Prime Minister of India. I was first introduced to NRCC, that is National Republican Congressional Committee. I was invited to attend a leadership meeting with Speaker Boehner, Majority Leader Eric Cantor, NRCC Chairman Greg Walden, and other party chairmen. And I guess I opened my big mouth and said that in 2014 we want to and can take back as many as 10 congressional districts from the Democrats, where we have a substantial number of Indian Americans, just like Illinois District 8. At that time, I did not know Chairman Pete Sessions, but he was also present in the meeting. When we were about to leave, he asked me to sit down with him, and right then and there wanted to lay out a plan. Remember that, Chairman?
Absolutely.
We clicked right from the beginning, and Sessions Kumar project was born. Chairman Pete Sessions is no ordinary leader. I'll repeat that again. Chairman Pete Sessions is no ordinary leader. As head of NRCC in 2009, right after Obama's big victory, he challenged Nancy Pelosi that we are going to take back the House in 2010. Democrats laughed it off, but we all know what happened in 2010. It was the biggest gain of seats in over 50 years, bigger than even 1994, when Republicans under Newt Gingrich took back the House of Representatives after many decades of control by Democrats. And then in 2012, he maintained the majority in Congress despite the Obama wave. It's an honor and privilege to introduce to you the one and only Chairman Pete Sessions, a true friend and darling of Indian Americans all across the United States. Chairman Pete Sessions.
Sally, thank you very much. Good morning, namaste. The values of our Republican Party are becoming apparent to many people. But today, the chairman and I are kicking this off because there's also a member of your community that will put her name in play, just as you have seen other Indian Americans who are elected officials as honorable governors of our United States. The model of success is not just that we go and tell our story, but that we gather together and work together as coalitions and groups of people who have a common interest. And that common interest, as the Republican Party best identifies, is working together for freedom for everybody. That no one group, no one person would be above the law, but that we all live within the law. And by the way, there's the young man with the Ronald Reagan shirt right there. That is what you so strongly identified with, and that is the key to the Republican Party, freedom and opportunity. So, what am I here for? I'm here to say that I have traveled the country for the last 4 years. I retired in January. I brought our party because we worked together. The will to win, the will to throw off big government and people who would stand up and say one thing and do another, and to bring Republicans with common sense, not just a chance to say that our debt is a problem, but to understand that big government is a problem also. To say when free people cannot make their own decisions in their own homes and their own communities, that that is a problem. To shed the view and the idea that Barack Obama and every Democrat has, every Democrat, that they will control your life and just let somebody else pay for it as if you were not important. You are important. This is an open invitation to come and be a part of our Republican Party, to be a part of what our Republican Party stands for, to bring the same ideas and values that you have for the election of a young woman who already has those and wants to be a part of a larger team. So, on behalf of the Republican Party, the National Republican Party, and people like you and I all across this country who want to make a difference, we cannot wait. 1 year from now, we must gather together here in this community, an organization that is prepared with a message and an army that is ready to do it, that says our Republican Party with a great candidate can go and send that person to Washington, and we can keep the majority in Washington and make life better for everybody. Manju, I'm just excited to be here and welcome you. Please, Shali, do I give it back to you at this time? Thank you very much. My partner in all this, the young chairman, as he said, boy, you looked a lot younger when we met. And I said, yes, I am. I am not tired. I am energized. Onward to victory. Shali.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you. Our candidate for Congress, presenting to you the next Congresswoman from District 8.
Thank you. Thank you. Chairman Sessions, Chairman Kumar, and my fellow citizens of the great 8th Congressional District of Illinois. I am Manju Goyal, running for Congress to bring common sense solutions to keep the American dream alive for our sons and daughters. Thank you. I am running for Congress because America is on the wrong track. We are spending $1.60 for every dollar we bring in. We are discouraging rather than encouraging entrepreneurs and job creators with burdensome regulations. The politicians in Washington seem to be more concerned with scoring political points than finding solutions to the problems. And Barack Obama, along with Tammy Duckworth, seem to have both lost all sight of our Constitution and the limited role that federal government should be playing in each of our lives. I am deeply concerned about our children's future. More than half of recent college graduates are either unemployed or underemployed. Why? Because businesses, large and small alike, have no incentive to expand, invest, or bring jobs to our country because of high taxations, massive regulations, and biggest of all job killers, Obamacare. Thank you. Our young men and women deserve better. I have worked in healthcare industry for over 5 years as a process improvement specialist. I know a little bit about healthcare and Obamacare. Nobody likes it, neither patients or doctors alike. Almost 60% of our citizens oppose Obamacare now. Wait till it gets fully implemented. That number will skyrocket. Insurance costs are already up 20%, and if it is left and not changed dramatically, it is going to break every family's budget, every town's budget, every country's budget, every state's budget, and finally our country's budget. Obamacare has to go.
Hey!
And Tammy Duckworth must go. If you honor me to represent you in Congress, one of my top priorities will be to stop or defund one or the other, in one way or the other. I believe that Washington spends our hard-earned money like there is no tomorrow, raking up almost $1 trillion in deficit every year and $16.7 trillion in debt. If our country continues to borrow money from China at the current rate, we will soon be enslaved to Chinese. If China decides to raise our interest rates, we are doomed. Deficits have to go. Debt has to go. And Tammy Duckworth must go.
Yay.
I believe in fiscal responsibility. Since my childhood, I was taught first you deserve and then you desire. I was taught to earn, save, and then spend. I still do not buy anything unless I can afford it. I instill those principles in my children. If elected, another one of my priorities would be to do away with deficits and pass a constitutional amendment to balance our budget. I have seen my grandfather and then my father, both small business owners, go to work with great enthusiasm every day. My grandfather was 70 when he passed away, and he worked until his last breath. My dad, who is 70 now, goes to work every day. Working hard and working smart is good if you're allowed to keep the fruits of your hard labor. However, if you have almost taken 50% away in taxes and then another 50% in as a death tax, then you have taken all the incentives away from doing hard work. High taxes have to go. Death tax has to go. Tammy Duckworth has to go. I believe in people keeping their own hard-earned money because they are wisest to spend it. It is easier for me to spend my husband's money. It is much easier for kids to spend their parents' money. And if that money is given to a relative or friend, they will spend it more freely. So the farther the money goes from the person who's earned it, the easier it gets for the holder to spend it. I do believe in smaller government that is closer to its people because they can govern better and spend their money more wisely. Having grown up in India, I also bring a unique perspective to our country's problems. When India gained its independence in 1947, Pandit Nehru became the first Prime Minister of India. He was a great patriot. His economic policies created large government, big unions, and handful of big companies. It was called the license Raj. Every business activity had to be licensed and controlled by the bureaucrats. The result was that we always had shortages of power, shelter, and even train ticket. Due to these policies, India faced a near bankruptcy in the year 1991 with only 2 weeks of hard-earned currency left to spend. As your next Congresswoman, I will fight to ensure that the same failed policies do not ruin our adopted homeland, the United States of America. Last but not the least, I believe in calling a terrorist a terrorist. It is a shame that we are paying the Fort Hood terrorists hundreds and thousands of dollars while the families of our soldiers who were gunned down by the coward terrorist Hassan were not even getting paid the combat benefits. It is a shame that President Obama wants to describe the investigation of Benghazi terrorist attack as a phony scandal. As your next Congresswoman, I will work tirelessly to make sure that we cut off all foreign aid to countries that support terrorism and wage a smart and vigilant war on terror to protect our homeland.
Now, there are those that are here that are just meeting her for the first time. She's a true blue Republican. We can win if we do this together. And for the Republicans who are here, we join a bigger crowd. We get more votes, and they can call us the majority party in the 8th Congressional District. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you all.